Welcome to the Dads with Nerdy Ambitions podcast. I'm your host, Ep1, and join with me is my entire team. I have Thomas, I have Sam, and I have Kevin, who are playing characters. We are going to play this very, very fun game, and we are doing the Fallout RPG. We've been reading the rules. We have been been watching a bunch of videos, and trying to learn how to play this game. Because, you know what? Fallout just came out on Amazon. Some of us have been able to enjoy it, some of us more than others, and some of us, Thomas, hasn't gotten to watch it at all.
Nor have I.
I gotta
Really?
watch it with the wife. I can't.
That's respectable. That's okay. What's
Kevin,
your
you're
excuse?
lying.
Yeah.
The wife thing.
What? Sandra wants to watch it?
Yeah, she has started playing Fallout Settlers. The little survival game.
Yeah.
She used to play that, so she's like interested in it.
I totally got back into Fallout 4 with this. I've been definitely enjoying it. So Sam and I have been enjoying the show. He's almost finished.
I almost finished today. I got very excited and I binge watched. I don't binge watch very often, so. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it's been a fantastic show, and very true to the form. But they didn't try to retell a story from one of the games. They told their own story, so I think that's really cool.
So in honor of this, and with everything that's coming up, we decided we were going to try this game out. We were going to review it a little bit, and kind of did a homebrew here. So I will give you guys a heads up, if you guys that are watching this, if it seems like there's a little bit of a weird transition, we may have stopped for a second to review the rules, and because we don't want to sit there and take up a bunch of time, we're just going to edit that out. We're gonna streamline this a little bit. I expect to make lots of mistakes. You guys are more than welcome to ridicule me and critique me in my, on all the social medias, and tell me how horrible of a job I've done with this.
Please do. We'll make he needs to be humble.
Yes,
I do need to be humble.
He finds every message. We'll make sure he knows.
I'll cry in the shower every time I read one of the messages. Now, I will say, I have 28 years of D&D experience. I have 2 weeks of studying up on Fallout, so we'll see how well I do with this. So,
just to mess with D&D players.
Yeah,
natural 20s are the worst thing.
Oh yeah,
and natural ones are the best thing. So I think they've done that just to mess with
absolutely
D&D players.
I was even rolling the dice, and I saw the Vault logo on the D20s, and I was like, "Oh, nat 20!" And I'm like, "Wait, no, that's a 1." And I'm like, "This is going to be weird for me." So we did set up our own little. I almost called it D&D for a second. We set up our own little homebrew for Fallout. We're taking this is taking place in New Haven. And I've actually created a few creatures. I know, my first game, and I'm already homebrewing stuff. This can only work out well for me. So I wanted to show my love for the Connecticut area, so I've decided to throw in a bunch of unique creatures for this area that I think kind of were fun. So before we actually get into the game itself, we lose Kevin.
Hi.
Kevin, why are you short? What are you doing over there?
We
are professionals, sir.
Yeah, you
Since
maybe.
when? Since
I
when?
don't know. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and let's kind of talk about your characters, because you guys can see your names above you. I am the overseer. That is what you call the DM, the storyteller, the GM in this. So let's go ahead. We'll start with Kevin. Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Kevin, occasional and usual co-host of the Dads with Nerdy Ambitions podcast. I'm going to be playing Kyle Miles, a Vault Dweller security agent. Basically, his first day on the job, he went into cryo. And he's going to be waking up. He'll have been tending to the vault for the last year and has no idea what happened outside.
This is true. What are your expectations for Kyle?
A quick and painful death. Due to recklessness and ignorance.
Yeah, because you have no... Well, we don't want to spoil too much here. But... Yeah, you have like zero experience outside of the vault.
Which it works for me because I have very little experience with the Fallout universe.
That's perfect. Why did you choose your name, Kyle Miles? I know, I have a feeling for Miles, but
I had a different idea for this character when I started making him. And I wanted him to be like this creepy, sleazy kind of dude and nerdy. And Kyle, I knew the nerdiest kid ever in high school. His name was Kyle. And then Miles, an homage to our dearly departed vampire friend.
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
So Kevin's going to start off with inspiration right off the bat.
Oh, yeah. How does that work in this game?
It doesn't. So you just got brown nose points.
I'm going to reroll something.
All right, Thomas. Let's start with Zed.
So Thomas, the behind-the-scenes guy here. Zed is a ghoul, pre-war ghoul, so he's been roaming the Connecticut region for the last almost 200 years. He got his name Zed from a guy that he met that he said that's what they called zombies in England, and he kind of liked it because he wasn't called a zombie, but still was kind of cool.
Okay.
So he's been roaming around, just taking on mercenary missions and trying to survive this hostile land.
All right. What made you want to play a ghoul?
Honestly, I wanted to do Brotherhood of Steel at first.
Okay.
But then I was like, you know what? A ghoul would be fun too, just because they're kind of the overlooked and underdog in the universe, because a lot of people look down on them.
Yeah.
And they have that cool kind of... You're always afraid of if you're going to turn feral one day. So it's one of those... It seemed more complex than it looks like from the surface.
Okay. Now, you have a lot of Fallout experience. You have a lot of lore, and are very acquainted with the lore. How do you feel about how the ghouls? Because I know you haven't actually watched the show, but what is your initial opinion on the ghoul, as he's called in the show?
From the clips I've seen, I like him a lot. He reminds me of Hancock from Fallout 4. He's got he's kind of got, again, I haven't seen it yet, but he's got that kind of feel and vibe to him. So I'm definitely curious to see how they do him when I end up finally getting to watch it with my wife.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. He's very badass. He really is.
He looked it.
Yeah.
And so now we'll go over to our gushing Mr. Handy over there. Mr. Sales, number 2. You couldn't be number 1? You weren't the number 1 sales robot?
He still has his pre-war designation.
Okay.
This was his factory setting. So I haven't actually got a name yet. I've just got this pre-war designation. Okay. So I figure when you guys actually find him, he's nearby and has been for 200 years. He's a pre-war robot that's... Yeah, you'll find out. He's been stuck in place for some time.
Nice.
And so he is like most of the robots in this game, is that they've been around for so long that they've actually self-actualized and they're able to become self-aware. Whereas the original robots were just domestic servants that followed pre-programmed routines. The book talks about becoming an individual rather than just a product.
Nice.
So I'm fascinated by the idea of him, of the robots, and also because I feel like I'm the only one that can do the Mr. Handy accent properly.
I was going to ask what made you choose a Mr. Handy, but that's a great answer right there. But you definitely like playing the unique, complex characters. Like you're an artificer in our D&D campaign. And you chose the robot in this one.
You're really pigeonholing yourself, Sam.
Artificers and robots are not the same thing. No, I like the idea of playing characters that have weird perspectives or skewed perspectives from others, and the robots that essentially live forever, but are entirely like the original purpose which they were built for is long lost in this world. And it's kind of funny seeing in the Fallout games how many of them sort of still cling to this original identity they had. And there's sort of like a running joke in the Fallout series as well that half the robots don't even know the Great War happened. And like they've been continuing to clean the houses even though everyone in them is dead and the house is half collapsed.
I want to take a moment to appreciate that Sam is now officially a United States citizen, and the first thing he does as a United States citizen is choose to be British. It's the most American thing you can do, is just not to be American.
I even made like fake Nuka-Cola for
see, I had the cheap one, or like where's the Mountain Dew.
I have a little bit left. Yeah, that's
I drank mine.
Mine's invisible.
I mean, oh, there it is. Oh, it's empty. That's the last of it. Oh, it's so good. I really am. I am getting really fond of it. I did the Mountain Dew cream soda and Coca-Cola mixed together. It was good.
I did the diet version of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. I respect that. I'm going to actually. The wife is picking up the ingredients to make the bougie stuff. So
which one's the bougie one? Because I've seen a bunch of recipes.
It's the one from the actual cookbook. So it's got like, dude, I can't even name all the stuff. It's got coriander in it. It's got like
the spices and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Star anise, like 3 different types of like lemon and lemon
browning sauce. I didn't even know what that was until I had to look this up. What is browning sauce?
You use it for gravy. That's what
I don't.
Okay, this is lemonade with browning sauce in it.
So first off, I make my own damn gravy. All right, here, like when it comes to gravy, you make the gravy. You don't use the browning sauce. Like you just. All right, I do white gravy, so I can't say I do brown gravy. So
you use it to recolor gravy. Basically, it's food coloring for gravy.
Gross.
It's a very British thing.
So that's what I'm putting in the soda is gravy sauce. Gravy
basically, yeah. It doesn't actually have a flavor though. It's literally a browning.
Gross. So. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it. It's good. We'll see how this turns out. High hopes. So, any final thoughts before we get into this?
So we're not together yet, right?
No. You're going
to assemble the team.
Yes, we will be assembling the team. I'm going to set the scene for you guys, and we will be starting with. We're going to start with Kyle.
Oh, it's me. Yeah,
that is you. So, without further ado, let's get into this. As dawn breaks over the remnants of New Haven, Connecticut, the early light reveals a landscape irrevocably altered by the cataclysms of the past. Buildings, once proud and tall, stand as hollowed-out husks, the facades crumbling, ivy creeping up over the edges like nature's reclaiming hand. The streets, designed for the hustle and bustle of city life, now lie silent, hosting the occasional footfalls of those brave or desperate enough to navigate their treacherous paths. The once prestigious Yale University, a beacon of learning and culture, is now a sprawling ruin. The libraries, laboratories, and lecture halls, which once echoed with the voice of scholars and students, are now silent, save the rustle of leaves and the distant howl of mutated creatures. These edifices of education and history stand as somber monuments to the world that no longer exist, their Gothic and colonial architecture now home to secret and dangers untold. To the south, the Long Wharf stretches out into the murky waters of New Haven Harbor. Its docks and warehouses abandoned, the sea reclaiming what was once the lifeblood of commerce. The waters are not safe beneath the surface, as creatures lurk, transformed by radiation and chemicals into beings of myth and nightmare. The once bustling port, a gateway to the world, now serves as a reminder of the isolation and peril that permeates this new era. The green spaces of the city area, once meticulously maintained for the enjoyment of its citizens, have overgrown into wild, tangled gardens. The New Haven Green, a central square that once hosted concerts, public speeches, and community gatherings, is now an eerie expanse of grass and trees, the ground beneath hiding secrets of the old world and its abrupt end. Survivors and travelers who dare to venture into the New Haven area tell tales of strange and supernatural. Mutated flora and fauna have claimed this place as their own, from the cunning Connecticut cats stalking the shadows of residential areas to the haunting presence of the wailing willows. Along the city's waterways, their cries, a mournful soundtrack to desolation. Yet amid the decay and danger, there are whispers of hope and renewal. Communities begun to merge, carving out pockets of civilization within the chaos. They trade stories of Vault 72, rumored to be hidden somewhere beneath the city, a relic of the old world filled with technology and treasures yet to be discovered. As we stand at the threshold of New Haven, the air is heavy with the scent of salt from the harbor and the earthy aroma of the overgrown city. You would realize that this place is a testament to the endurance and challenge that is to be met. What secrets are lied beneath the rubble? What allies and enemies will you find amongst them? The story of New Haven is yet to be fully written. And you, gentlemen, will be the footsteps that contribute to its next chapter.
Cool.
Thanks, Kevin.
All I heard was, I'm in danger.
Excuse me. Obviously, the radiation is getting to me from my Nuka-Cola. It's So we're going to start with you, Kyle. The cold embraces you. Oh, sorry. The cold embrace of cryosleep releases you, drawing you back into the realm of the living, with jolts that set your heart racing. Your eyelids flutter open, but the world they reveal is in a haze, unfocused shapes, muted colors, nothing like the serene darkness of the cryogenic dream. Your first conscious breath feels like inhaling ice, sharp and unforgiving. As clarity begins to invade your senses, a horrifying scene unfolds before your eyes. A figure looming over you, their throat a gaping maw of darkness, from which blood gushes like a grotesque fountain. Their coughing, a wet and gurgling symphony of despair, fills your ears as the world tilts into a spinning abyss of blinding white light. In that moment of terror, you believe that this nightmare is your reality, a waking hell that you've been thrust into. But as it quickly comes to the vision, the vision dissolves, leaving you gasping and shivering on the cold floor of the cryo chamber. It takes every ounce of your will to push the nightmare away, convincing yourself it was just a product of your reawakened mind, a phantom pain from a body still numb from long sleep. You rise shaking and disoriented. The echoes of your nightmare faded, but not forgotten. The cryopod's interface blinks into life at your touch, demanding your identification. your tether to the world of the living. As you scroll through the tasks assigned to you, a beacon of normalcy in the eerie silence of the vault, you note that the status of the other cryopods. 7 are empty. Of those 7, 5 are military personnel, including yourself, and 2 are scientists. This strikes you as odd. Your last memory before the deep sleep was a vault fully populated. Each pod a lifeline for the future. Could you be misremembering? The disquiet settles in your stomach like a stone, but you push it aside. There is no time for doubts, not when there is work to be done. Your role in the vault is clear, even if the path to fulfill is clouded with remnants of your unsettling dream. For the next 2 years, you will be the guardian of this time capsule, performing maintenance on its systems, ensuring the life support for the remaining inhabitants continues without fail, and keeping the geothermal power running smoothly. The tasks are tedious, a seemingly endless cycle of checks and repairs, but they are also a lifeline grounding you into reality of the situation. As you set out to begin your duties, the weight of solitude presses on you heavily, a constant reminder of your responsibilities you bear. You look over. The empty pods haunt your steps, a silent testament to a plan gone awry. You can't shake this feeling of unease, the sense that the world awakened to its balance on the edge of a knife, yet there is no choice but to forge ahead, to maintain the flickering flame of hope that Vault 72 represents. And so, a deep and steady breath, you embrace your role as caretaker of the future, whatever it may hold.
I gotta pee. No, I already peed. Okay. Some keys. Identify Miles, Private Miles, Kyle, serial number 0366768802. Enter. Okay.
You know what? Because you're waking up out of this, I want to make sure you're doing this properly here. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to roll a science and intelligence check for me. Start this off.
All right. So intelligence is 6, science is 2. Nope, got a 13 and a 15.
Your hands are kind of numb. They're kind of starting to try to push the buttons. You're shaking. And you just feel this metallic claw reach onto your shoulder. Mr. Miles, are you okay?
No. Oh, Mr. Handy, you're alive.
As you look over, you see there are 2 military grade Mr. Handys. One says is 010 and the other is 012. With the 10 is looking at you.
Where is everyone? The pods are empty. What happened?
This dream again. Yes, well, as I've said multiple times before, Mr. Miles, you have been asleep and you've been doing this for a year now. And, well, everyone else is in cryostasis, just as programmed.
It doesn't put the monster in it. Are you sure?
Do you need some medication? Are you under duress?
Do we still have some comics? Maybe?
I can look in the medical selections for you, sir.
Yeah. This one got bad. Maybe just a little.
He says, righto, and they just into your neck. So he gives you a little bit of buff out. So your endurance is for the next hour is increased, and you're feeling a little bit more of a pumped up.
All right, let's get to work. What's first on the to-do list? Sweeping? Is it sweeping again?
Well, why don't you look at the list, sir?
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's sweeping. I knew it was sweeping.
Well, then I guess sweeping it is.
Okay. Do you want to help? You usually don't, but I mean,
we have our other tasks to do. We have to maintain.
You're busy. I understand.
So you're just going to be looking through the list. Or are you going to be?
Actually, I've been doing this for a while. I know it's like a list of mundane tasks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cleaning, making sure fluids are topped off, and general maintenance and such.
Yes.
So I'll go about my usual duties. Trying to recover from waking up.
As you're walking around, you're going down the halls. You look past the 5 doors, each of them with a letter above it. Down the cryo chambers, you see an A, a B, a C, a D. Sorry, 4. I said 5. Each of the letters in a different color: red, green, blue. Kind of open the doors and look in. You see the life support systems. You get to the Delta, which is reserved for military and scientists, and you kind of look in there, and you see those 5 scientists, or 5 military and the 2 scientists, and you look at where your chamber is, and you can almost still envision the blood and the person's face who you really couldn't see, but just this gaping mouth and blood. And then you start heading towards the common areas, and you look around. You see the armory, which contains all the weapons, which is as you look in there, see 10mm pistols, you see some laser pistols, you see some non-lethal items, some riot gear, making sure this is all maintained. Obviously,
I'll clean those today.
Sure. We going in there and cleaning them now?
Yeah. Let's lube up some guns.
Okay. Since you're going to do that, I want you to do let's do small guns. You're cleaning these because let's see, we're going to do small guns plus agility.
All right. So I have an 8 in agility, and small guns is one of my tag skills. I have a 4 in that, so I'm looking for a 12. We got a 6 and a 13.
All right. As you start cleaning up, you pick up the specific pistol. It's one of your favorites. It's got a little divot in the actual barrel chamber, and you know this is your favorite one to clean because you're
Hello, Mr. Wesson. How are we today?
But as you're starting to clean it, you hear this alarming, loud, blaring sound. An alarm is going off, and you know that something definitely not good is going down.
Mr. Andy! Mr. Andy, what is that?
Nobody's responding.
Oh, okay. I will check monitors. I assume we're somewhere.
You want to go back to the overseer's room?
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. All right. So you go back to the overseer's room. You see on the screen before you, you're seeing the CSI leakage, which is the cryostasis ignition is leaking.
God, oh God, okay. Where's the book? Where's the manual? I'm gonna look for. I'm gonna try to remember my training if I had it with this. Otherwise, I'll try to find the hot bar.
So, are you looking for the specific spot, or are you going to try to do something on the computer?
So, if it looks like a physical leak, I'll go to where the leak would be.
Okay. Are you just going in there?
Yeah, I'm running in. I gotta fix this.
Okay, so you go in there and you are going to see your Geiger counter shoots off the charts.
What the? No!
You are going to take. Let's see if you take any. You are actually going to take 1 point of radiation damage.
I have 2 radiation damage resistance.
So you're able to. So roll the 2 dice.
I got big numbers, but no complications.
What were your big numbers?
14 and 17.
Okay. You still take the 1 point of radiation damage. So what this does is your health is permanently dropped down 1 point because you entered an environmental area of radiation.
Oh God, I don't feel good.
And if you continue to stay in this room, you will continue to stack on radiation.
Yeah, I will stumble back out the door.
Okay. You see one of the robots just shoot in behind you. Don't worry, sir. We've got this.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A little late, but get in there.
Okay. So he goes in there, and then you. What would you like to do? You want to stay there, or are you going to go back to the overseer's desks?
I don't feel good. Can I do anything? What should I do?
The robot that went in there. Go to the overseer's desk. Start mandating stuff on the computer over there.
Man, okay, yeah, I'll go do that.
Okay. So you see a bunch of rows come down. They're going to say diagnostics of cryochambers Alpha through Delta. And then you're going to see CSI.
Click.
Good for you. I'm glad I can make this simple enough for you. As you click it, you've seen that it's default in the system. You're seeing a leakage there, and it's going to ask you to help. Going to say, do you wish to turn off CSI?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Warning sign comes up. Warning: turning off CSI puts all life in the in cryostasis in a 72-hour vulnerability. Do you wish to continue?
Oh God, no! There's people in there still. No, I don't want to do that.
Okay,
but I have to do that. It's leaking. I don't know what to do. Mr. Handy, what should I do?
They are preoccupied working on the to keep the radiation from leaking into the rest of the vault.
Oh God, no, I can't turn those off. That's a bad idea.
So okay, the return for not turning those off is going to allow radiation to leak in there throughout the entire vault.
Well, sorry. So I'm looking at the monitor and I see the little little Geigers.
Yes, they are going off the roof. Yes, so it is.
All right, now you need to stop this. This is bad.
Okay. Do you wish to continue?
Click. Yes.
Okay. And you just hear.
Oh, everything's dying.
Lights kind of flicker just a little bit, and then you just one of the 1-2 comes in. Very good, sir. It looks like we were able to stop the radiation. However, it looks like we're going to need a replacement part.
Okay, where are they? The storerooms?
Unfortunately, we don't have them at the vicinity.
Can we call somebody?
It's all. Sir, do you not know how vaults work?
Like, that's the thing. Yeah. How do we get a new one?
You're going to have to go find one at one of the factories out in New Haven.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. I mean, can I reach out to somebody when I get out there? Is there like a radio tower or something? Comms?
As far as we know, we don't have any communication outside of this vault. However, once the doors are open, you could go out and progress and look for this part. We need a new CSI.
Yeah, we need to think. What does it look like? Can you send the specs to my Pip-Boy?
Sure. You see the little oculars twitching a little bit, and they just kind of adjust themselves, and then you see your Pip-Boy just, and you see what looks like this almost cylindrical device with 4 just tubes coming off of it. Even though everything on your Pip-Boy is like in various shades of green, it has like almost like a green fill to each of the tubes. It kind of does this 3-dimensional rotation. You get a really good look at it.
All right. Do we know what the state of things out there is? The last thing I heard was sirens, and then we started locking down.
That's a great question, Seth. We have a safety video for you.
Oh, that's great.
And she pops out this, or they pop out this little disc or holotape, and they put it into the actual overseer's computer.
Vault Tech presents.
Greetings, fellow Vault Dwellers. As your overseer, it is my responsibility to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone in the vault. Today, we're going to talk about safety inside our vault and the dangers that lurk outside.
Hi! That's right! Life in the Vault is cozy and safe thanks to Vault Tech's superior state-of-the-art advanced technology. But it's up to each of us to follow the rules and keep it that way.
Of course. First and foremost, always remember to wear your Vault Tech issued Pip-Boy. It's not just a fashion statement. It's a lifeline. It monitors your health, radiation levels, and so much more.
Absolutely! And it helps you keep healthy and safe. Who wouldn't want to see a Vault medical doctor? They're top of the line.
Now, let's talk about the outside world. While it's true, Vault Tech has prepared us for the eventual re-emergence into the outside world, it remains a dangerous and unknown place.
Radiation! Mutated creatures! It's like a horror movie out there!
Indeed. And it's crucial to follow Vault Tech's safety guidelines to the letter when it comes to outside exploration. Only those permitted and with proper training should venture outside the vault doors. And always, always wear your protective gear.
Always double check your gear before leaving. But remember, safety first, and the vault is the safest place to be.
And for those of us remaining inside the vault, we have to remember to participate in our regular drills. Fire, radiation, and intruder breaches. Vault Tech protocols are for every scenario.
A prepared vault dweller is a happy vault dweller. I love drill day. It's like hide and seek with a purpose.
Exactly. Our vault is more than just a shelter, it's a community. And by working together and following the rules, we ensure our safety and our future.
And let's not forget about education. Vault Tech provides all sorts of educational materials and courses. From science to engineering to arts and culture, there's something for everyone. A smart vault dweller is a safe vault dweller.
Well said. In closing, remember, our vault is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. By sticking together and following Vault Tech's guidelines, we can thrive under any circumstances.
So keep smiling, stay safe, and remember, Vault Tech's got you covered.
Until next time,
Stay vigilant and stay safe.
Okay, I guess I'd get some water and Mr. Wesson.
Yeah. So you go ahead, you load up with whatever you want to take. So remember, whatever you have in your hand is what you can use immediately.
Right.
Anytime if you want to switch out to something, you have to use a minor action to do that.
Right.
If you're in combat.
Yeah, so I don't think I have any reason to suspect imminent danger.
Mhm.
I'm kind of cautiously optimistic, so I'll have my pistol holstered and just like a kind of sack or duffel bag full of my gear.
Mhm.
I got stim pack, some water, ammo.
Mr. Handy, the first one looks at you. So we do have a couple of locations that we think where it might be based on how things have changed since we are trying to get a broader diagnostics of everything that is going on around, out and about. While you were gathering your information or all your items, we were gathering information, trying to connect as much as we could outside of the vault. It's not boded very well for us. But we do have two potential locations based on the information, the geoschematics from 200 years ago, where a potential item, a piece might be for the CSI.
Okay. Yeah.
It would appear a device similar to this was used at, and he looks to you and says, the Sky Vista Apartments is one option.
Sky Vista. Okay.
And because of situations to where people were trying to stay alive but they weren't able to make in the vault, they were using the New Haven crypt to perform cryostasis there. I don't know how well that held out though. So
a crypt.
Yes, it's deeper underground.
Right. Okay. Well, that sounds terrifying at the best of times.
So
I think
those would be the ones we would recommend to go check out first.
Jesus, that's a recommendation. All right. I think we'll start with the apartments.
Okay.
So which one of you guys are coming with me?
We have to stay here and maintain the bodies so that they don't thaw.
Oh, right. That's a 2 robot job. You both have to stay here.
They both kind of look at each other. Indeed. Well, it's been wonderful knowing you, sir. Good luck.
That was ominous.
The robots are just staring at you. What do you want me to do?
And more so. Great. Thanks, guys. All right. Hopefully I'll be back.
We'll be waiting.
That's good. Okay, thanks.
Remember, sir, 72 hours.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll put a little kind of countdown on my Pip-Boy.
Yep. Pip-Boy has a timer that is started up, and it's actually at 71 hours now.
Oh,
with everything that you're doing.
Okay, I should probably. I mean, it's just New Haven. It's probably not that far away. All right, I'll to the door. Can you guys open the? Do I have to open the door? Is there a lever?
You have to use the Pip-Boy, sir.
Oh, right. Okay, all right. Doop, doop, doop.
So you unplug and you plug it in, and the door starts to open up. This wave of heat kind of comes in. Not that it's extremely hot outside. It's just the temperature that you have been feeling inside is been at a stable 68 degrees, I think is what it was at. And it just feels drier. It feels, and you kind of just letting it wash over you a little bit, and you smell unique smells. You smell dust, you smell ash, you start to catch flora and fauna that you are not familiar with is just coming off the breeze, because everything that you have been smelling has been recycled air for God knows how long. And as you start to just let this overtake you, it is a sensation of you are in an alien world now. Everything you have known is either ceased to exist from 200 years ago, or has for the last year been inside this vault.
Yeah, so I imagine the door sliding open, and then like just a glare of sunlight coming through and dust blowing in, and then I just kind of cough a little bit and cautiously peer out and walk out the door.
It's not as barren as you would imagine. The buildings around are in various stages of decay. Some have completely crumbled down, and others have are semi-structural. You see vehicles very much rusted and corroded, and you have these little flashing moments in your mind where you remember seeing these exact same vehicles in mint condition and people driving around. You look around at the city around and you see some bones. You see just everything in an absolute disarray of an apocalyptic world. And in each sequence of this moment, you imagine what everything would look like 200 years ago. You can see children's faces smiling. You can see mothers with their children. You can see men and women walking down the streets. You can see the vehicles passing. You can still hear them. You can hear the voices and laughter, the smells of food. And then in an absolute instant, you just see death.
Okay. I got it this time. It's a dream. All right. Wake me up whenever, Mr. Handy. I'm ready. Let's go.
And as
anytime now,
the realization that it's not coming sets over you, You see your Pip-Boy give a little bip, and the locations come up on it, showing you the Sky Vista apartments and the New Haven crypt.
Yeah, I immediately turn and try to bolt back through the door.
Unfortunately, the door has shut behind you.
No, damn it. Okay, this is real. This is real. This is real. Oh, this is real. Okay. Training. Remember your training. Okay. Look around. Let's take a look. See what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just kind of check my surroundings, look for any dangers, anything alive.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. Let me know what you roll.
Listen, this is a 2d20 game. I don't know.
I know, right? I'm already breaking the rules.
10.
Okay. Zed, you're exploring some ruins, looking for something. You are scrounging. You have that hunger, that sensation again. The urge, the itch, it hits over you. You know what you want. You know what you need. Roll a perception with survival.
Perception with survival. Pull up my handy dandy stats. Perception 7, survival 3, and it's a attack skill. So okay. 10.
All right, this is a difficulty 0, so
I'll still find a way.
Did you succeed? Remember, you get 2d20.
5 and a 16.
All right, so you succeed.
Is that 2 AP for 2 successes? Is that how that works?
What did you said you rolled a 16?
5 and a 16. You said difficulty 0. That's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so you got 1 success.
Okay.
Oh, unless that was your tag.
Oh, okay. It was no. My tag's not that high.
Okay.
So 1 success. Okay. I was making a note.
Yep. Okay. So you have 1 action point. You find it covered in dust, half leaked out, but you know this is what you need, and you just snap off the glass. You don't even waste time opening the bottle itself, and you just chug down this Nuka-Cola. That sweet, sugary, citrusy, tangy sensation, even though it is warm as all out, satisfies that itch. It doesn't subside it completely, but it takes away the edge. It gives you just what you need. And as this euphoria is starting to wash over you, you hear this loud blaring sound of just this whining siren, just wah, wah, wah sound. And you hear this metallic grinding. And you look over and you look out down. You're about 2 stories up. And from where there was a rocky rubble and what would be almost like a little mini pseudo garden, you see a vault door appear, pushing away the rubble. It says 72 on it. And then out steps this very nervous looking vault dweller, just overpacked with various items, looking around, saying to himself, this is just a dream. This is just a dream. This is just a dream. I want to wake up. I'm going to be fine. And he looks back to the door to go back inside and sees it is shut behind him and just goes, damn it! What would you like to do?
Have I seen this vault before? Obviously, I've been in the area.
No, it was completely covered with rubble.
Would I know from my 200 years being alive about the vaults, like in general?
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's common knowledge. You've heard rumors that there was one in New Haven, but nobody's ever seen it before.
I'm gonna be like, he might shoot me thinking I'm a bad guy. Let me sneak down there just to say hello. I'll get a little closer.
All right, so this is how we're going to do this. We're going to do this as a difficulty 1 for both of you. You're going to Since you're sneaking, I want you to do a sneak plus agility for your roll, Thomas. And since you're hyperventilating, I want you to do a survival plus endurance.
Right.
So sneaks one of my attack skills. So I need to get 9 or less.
I need a 6 or less.
Nope. 13 and 16.
Also nope. 7 and 16.
You're not really good at sneaking, and you're too panicky right now
to notice.
You are scratching. We have kids here, or 2 of us do. You know how, like, when they want inside, or an animal, we'll say there's like a dog or something scratching at the metal. You are just freaking out right now, having a mini panic attack.
Open the door.
Yes, you want this door open desperately. And Zed, you just take that wrong step and end up flopping down, breaking through some wood onto the first floor, and falling again and landing successfully in a very disheveled old couch. And you're sitting there looking directly at him. You hear all this crumbling falling behind you, and you hear the thunk thunk and the whoosh. And you turn around, and sitting in a chair behind you is a corpse staring at you.
Ah! I immediately draw my gun.
Why, hello there.
No. I want to shoot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't stop that. Okay. So this is technically combat. So go ahead and
you need my initiative.
Well, so he's going, since he's shooting first and you're in a chair, he gets to go first with initiative, and then we'll go into the actual initiative roll. So
I'll request you make it a higher difficulty because I'm panicking.
Yeah, I sure. Yeah, we'll make this a DC. We'll make this a. You need 2 successes on this.
All right. 8 and 4 attack skills, so 12. Yeah, I got a 5 and a 9.
Okay. So Thomas,
you killed me every game.
So he didn't. So he still only gets 2. So you're shooting him right at the head. How much protection do you have, damage resistance on your head?
I'm just wearing clothes like normal. And then, I do have 1 damage resistance because I have the barbarian perk.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage resistance here.
Now, what is that?
That is a great question.
No, I think it's a subtraction from the damage that I do.
Yeah, that's what it is. Sorry.
Oh, thank God I'm a barbarian.
Yeah, no. All right, so you take 1 point of damage to your head.
4. I did 4 damage.
Oh, 4 damage. Okay,
so minus his 1, so he takes 3.
So you take 3 points of damage to your head. So make sure you have 3 points on the head indicator, and you're minus 3 HP. How would you like to react? All right, so let's go with initiatives now. Actually,
my initiative's 13.
16.
You get to shoot again, Kyle. Actually, so here's what I'm going to do, because
if anything, I'm going to try to sprint away.
Okay.
I shot this thing in the head. It should be dead in my brain. I'm out of here.
Sure. So since you're taking the opportunity to run, Zed, I'm going to give you the opportunity to react.
I'm going to run up and tackle him just to stop him from shooting me.
Okay, so let's do this. Thomas, you're going to do athletics and strength. Actually, both of you are. And it's going to be because you're chasing him, Thomas, it's going to be you need 2 successes. Kevin, since you're running, you need 1 success.
Nope.
All right, so what am I doing now? What's it? Strength and what?
Strength and athletics.
I'll use one of my luck points.
Okay.
So I need to get under 11 in athletics.
Luck? Yeah.
I got a 10 and a 5, so 2 successes. No
so you
criticals.
were already. So you got it. So you go to do your run, and since you failed your run, you tackle him down. You are Zed, you have a nice gash on the side of your head right now that would be bleeding. Just kind of ooziness.
Get off me! Let me go! Let me go!
Chill the fuck out. I thought you vault people were supposed to be decent.
Oh God, you can talk! Jesus Christ, let me go!
Are you gonna fucking shoot me? I'll get off you.
What?
Are you gonna chill out for a second? I just came to say hello. I actually had a cool fall and literally sat in a chair next to you and you shot me.
It's gotta be a dream. Why aren't the goddamn robots waking me up?
Are you a drug user?
What? Sometimes. What's wrong with your face?
What are you, just like fresh out of a vault? I say it like jokingly.
Yeah, like a minute and a half ago.
What year do you what year is this? Do you know that from your vault?
I do know the year, right?
Hmm?
It was the 2277.
Yes. The bombs fell 200 years ago.
I know, I heard them.
Some of us who were unfortunately outside became like this from radiation.
You're 200 years old?
I look pretty good for my age, don't I? I'm actually over 200 years old. All right, if I get off you, are you gonna not shoot me? We can talk like gentlemen.
Yeah, yes, I will not shoot you.
All right, I'm just gonna like stand up and offer him my hand to get him up.
I scamper away backwards.
Okay.
What the? What? So you're a zombie? Are there zombies now?
They call us ghouls.
That's not much better, but okay.
You can call me Zed.
That's the name for Zed. Okay, Zed.
It's an easier name than being called a zombie. It's a little less offensive.
Yeah. I'm sorry I shot you in the head.
Yeah, that kind of hurt.
I
should have stabbed you, but it's not very often. It's not very often we see a somebody in this bright blue outfit around here. So I was more curious than anything.
I just what happened? Where is everything? Everybody? Anything?
These are just all the ruins. 200 years has not been nice to the state.
There were tens of thousands of people in this city. Are they all? Do they all look like you? Are they all gone?
Some are like me. Many are dead.
Jesus, I gotta find the CO. I need comp. Is there a radio tower? Is there anybody in charge of anything?
It's all just roaming factions and kind of every man for themselves around here.
So there's no government. There's no order.
It's more city-state type things versus like an actual government. The government that we knew back in the day is no more. At least around here.
Can you help me open that big metal door? I want to go back.
Were you kicked out?
No, oh God, I have to find a thing. I have there was a leak. The cryo thing. I shut it down. I have 72 hours. I have to find a thing. Do you need a Sky Vista Apartments?
Would I know? What question would I know that from my?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you would have a good working knowledge of New Haven.
Okay.
For the most part.
That's what I figured. I just wanted. I didn't want to assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
Actually, I do know where that is.
The robot said there might be a thing there. I need a thing there, and I'll show him on my Pip-Boy a little hologram of it.
Okay.
Normally, I would charge you for this kind of work, especially after you shot me in the head.
I can help. I can help with that. I'll pull out a stim back of my duffel bag and give it to him.
Oh, I appreciate that. Honestly, do you have any beverages?
Yeah, I need to stay hydrated. Is there more water somewhere?
I was thinking more like soda. I figured the vault, maybe you have some supplies from before the war of Nuka-Cola.
No, we were a zero sugar vault was one of the things. I didn't like it, but we got used to it pretty quick because we were frozen.
Well, if you find me some soda, maybe I'll help you out. I'm kind of...
Is there a grocery store? Where would there be soda?
You know what? You're a new guy. This place is dangerous. You owe me. Let's put it that way. I'll help you out.
Yeah, I almost murdered you. All right. Yeah.
No, it would have taken a lot more than that.
Oh, shut you, man! Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm just trying to spook him now.
Hey, man, if I find soda, it's all yours. If you can continue to not kill me and help me find the thing.
Sure. Just so you know, I'm a friendly ghoul. There are some around here that we call feral. They don't think, they don't talk. For the most part, they ignore other ghouls. But just don't assume every ghoul you see is friendly. Don't assume everyone's hostile either.
I won't assume anything's friendly. I'm still not sure about you, but we're getting along, I think. So
fair enough. I'm showing you more of a leap of faith, seeing as you shot me, and all I was doing was sitting on a couch saying hello.
Well, you startled me, is what happened. I do is nice and peaceful inside. I come outside, and then everything's dead, and then you're I'm pretty sure you're still dead, actually, but kind of alive.
So what are we looking for?
I forgot the name of it.
The CSI.
It's called the CSI. It's got these green tubey thingies, and it's super important. Everyone's gonna die if I don't get it in like 72 hours, 71 hours, 70 hours and 40 minutes. We gotta go. How far is this place?
From your guys' current location, Sky Vista will be about walking wise. You would know the Zed is probably going to be about 2.5 hours crossing through terrain.
Couple hours.
Now,
as long as you can keep up.
There is another way. It takes about an hour, but it's crossing through some more questionable areas.
I really don't want the shoot first, ask questions later guy to attract attention. I'm going to show you the safer way.
All right. I mean, there might be another one in the crypt, New Haven Crypt. I assume it's full of people that look like you.
Is it? I'm waiting to be like, you're right, it is. Or
so actually, do this for me. I'm going to pull something from D&D here. I want you to do.
You want to take a check?
Yeah, I want you to do a survival intelligence check for me.
Survival.
Let's see if you can recall this information.
Let's see, I got 1-8, so I got 1 success. No,
1 success.
Yeah.
So there are ghouls in the. Oh, this is another thing you could have used your action points for. Is a truth, but just to give you an idea. But this is you know that the crypts are full of they're pretty loaded up with the ghouls. There's also other creatures that have been known to swarm around there, such as the something called the Pequot serpent. It has been circling around there, as well as a lot of underground areas are home to a very unpleasant creature that has a nose that almost looks like a bursting star that glows.
Yeah, that crypt I would say is our last resort.
Yeah, all right. I was kind of leaning that way anyway. Lead on.
Okay. Don't shoot me in the back.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. So you're going to start heading that way. Are you trying to be stealthy? Or are you just survivalist walking? How are you doing this?
I figure more, not super stealthy, but we're not making noise. We're just kind of taking it easy.
I'm going to be doing what he's doing because he seems to know what he's about.
Okay, so do survival endurance check for me.
Both of us?
No, just Zed, since he's leading. This is going to be a DC 0.
Right, survival is my tag skill and endurance of 9 or less. So I got 1 success.
Okay.
So that's another AP when it's a 0. Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
So we got 2 AP now.
I'm just making a little note on my little Google Doc.
No worries. So this was just mostly just to see how well you've remembered how to get there, using your survival skills, which you were able to do very well.
It's like I got shot in the head and my memory's a little fuzzy.
And as you guys are coming up, you start to see this beautiful looking building, and you just look at it and you go, it's definitely not that one. You look over to the left and you see this just rubble and decimation. And Mr. Sales, what are you doing?
Okay, so the building they're approaching it looks way too tall. Like the design in the building is swaying at the very top. And like there looked like there could be like 65 floors to this building. And the upper layers they don't look like they've been fully constructed yet. And you occasionally see little bits falling off it that hit on the floor and make loud clanging noises. And it's how this thing has stayed up. You're not entirely sure, but there is an entrance atrium, and there's all kinds of the area around the building seems to have been picked clean of absolutely everything. Every piece of scrap, every piece of metal, every car has gone. And you can kind of see that they've probably been incorporated into the structure of the building in some way. And there is a main set of double doors in front that look friendly and inviting, and a sign out front saying apartments for sale.
So what would you guys like to do?
Crouching behind him, whatever he does.
I'm going to look at the sign and point it out. So you said your name was Kyle?
Yeah.
If the vault doesn't let you back in, we can always try to get you an apartment over here.
Who do we pay?
I'm just pointing out the sign. You couldn't get back in the vault. I'm just giving you an option.
Yeah, okay.
And we see the Mr. Handy?
I'm not there.
Okay.
You can't see me yet. You just see the building.
Okay. And that's the building we're supposed to go check out?
Yes.
This is the building you were talking about. We can take a look around.
Sure it's not that one? They point to the nice building.
Yeah, that would be too easy.
Of course it would. Is it gonna fall on us?
Only one way to find out.
Hey, so ominous today.
I got shot in the head.
You guys walk.
Are you guys walking in?
Yeah, I'm just walking, kind of checking it out.
All right, so you walk in, and you go ahead, Sam. Take it from here.
Welcome, prospective buyers, to the Sky Vista Apartments, where a new life of luxury is waiting for you. Sky Vista Apartments, designed and built by M&M Construction, the most trusted name in future-proof accommodations and buildings. Come visit the Sierra Madre Casino on your next vacation to see what a true, everlasting megastructure looks like. Please take a refreshing cold Nuka-Cola, enjoy some complimentary hors d'oeuvres, and let me show you the apartment of your dreams. There is no Nuka-Cola, there are no hors d'oeuvres. Each one of the
error, variable not found
floors of the Sky Vista building will consist of 4 delightfully designed apartments. A 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit, our dedicated family man model. A 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit, which can be configured either for a small family or for those who enjoy hosting out-of-town guests. a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit with a nursery room that we call our Hopeful Newlyweds model, and a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit with a spacious sunken level lounge area, our luxurious space-age bachelor pad model. In addition, once we have completed the top floor, that is floor number
Error. Variable not found.
we will have a spectacular penthouse model with 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a rooftop pool and spa, and 360-degree views of beautiful New Haven.
Now, gentlemen, I can see from your handsome faces and empty ring fingers that we should start with a tour of our space-age bachelor model pad. Or perhaps, as he looks a little closely at you, you two might be interested in a 2-bedroom unit where you can enjoy the privacy of 2 confirmed bachelors living together, but maintain the social norms so you don't have to endure any awkward questions from Mother. He winks at you with one of his 3 eyes. Don't worry, sirs, I am programmed not to judge anyone's lifestyle choices, so you need not say a thing. Mum's the word. So, which of these fine apartments can I interest you in?
Still dreaming?
Is that standing there just as dumbfounded as Kyle right now going?
He looks expectantly saying, so did you wish to see the bachelor apartment, or would you like to see the 2-bedroom apartment for the confirmed bachelors?
Was there soda?
There was soda. We are awaiting resupply at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zed.
The mainframe put an order in with the Nuka-Cola delivery company, but they are 200 years, 14 days, and 6 hours late in their delivery.
Well, I have been looking to settle down, and a nice 2-bedroom would be fun with my friend here. Trigger.
I have a place.
Trigger over here is looking for a something that might be over here.
Something that might be over here. So, is it an apartment over here?
No, I have a home. Do you have a CSI for cryo thingies?
If such a thing were present in this building, sir, it would be down in the secure bunker beneath the building.
That sounds applicable. Yeah.
I am afraid, sir, that the bunker beneath the building is strictly for preferred customers only. The mainframe will not allow me to take anyone down there, and unless they've viewed an apartment and signed a credit check form.
Aha.
Oh, I guess you know what? Not the bachelor, the 2-bedroom.
Very well.
See it.
If you want to accompany me, sir, he slides forwards. The Skyvista Apartments is a fully future-proof environment with nuclear-proof shutters on all of the windows, an independent power source and reactor, and every model is designed to bring you all of the amenities, such as you might have at home. We like to think of ourselves as the above-ground equivalent of a vault, except you don't have to go somewhere, where you don't know anybody. You can stay home, and you can have all of your amenities, all of your personal possessions around you. You don't need to run off when the bombs fall. Yes. You can see he's struggling a little bit with what he's trying to explain to you. You step into the elevator and you move up one floor. We should stick with just the lower floors at the moment, sir. There's some instability in the floors above.
Look rickety. Yeah.
We may be using inferior materials, but as soon as we are resupplied with the right steel from all steel comes directly from Grafton Steel, which is they also designed the lead-lined blast shutters on every window. Well, not quite every window, sir. As you move up and into the apartment, he just looks at you. He said, I need help, sir.
Yeah, me too. And you need soda. What do you need help with?
I am the last remaining robot on the crew that was constructing here. I was, the mainframe won't let me stop building this place, sir.
But you don't have any materials. How are you building? Are you
Well,
building?
from anything that we
You're
can
just waiting
acquire.
down there this whole time?
No. I've been building the building, and
okay.
then I was originally supposed to be just the sales bot, but then after we lost 50% of the construction robots during the incident 200 years ago, they repurposed me and the other sales bot. The mainframe repurposed us all to construction, with the other duties as secondary. And it doesn't seem to have any entries for how many floors this place is supposed to have. So it just keeps building floors. And keeps making us build floors. And I'm the only one left, sir, and quite frankly, I don't want to build any more floors.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't, because it's again really rickety up there. I don't know if you've been outside to see it, but
I am aware that the top
several degrees
floor
over.
and 90% of my duty is just reinforcing the floors that have already been created. I lost my last remaining 2 robot friends about 30 years ago when the top 30 floors collapsed. We got up to 107, which the architectural designs are not meant to go. This was meant to be much smaller building.
That's too many.
Yes, it is, sir. So this is the 2-bedroom apartment.
Right. Is there like
as you
a computer? Can I access the mainframe? I can try to change some settings.
The mainframe is locked out, sir. I have tried that myself, unfortunately. But as I said, if you want to say, if you can confirm your interest in an apartment and sign the credit check form, then I can give you preferred customer status and I can take you downstairs.
Do you have a pen?
I think so. He reaches inside like himself and he pulls out like a credit check form and a pen that he hands you. It would be very helpful, sir, if you could just... Don't worry, I don't believe there are any banks that can actually check your credit anymore.
I don't have any credit. So, all right. Yeah, I'll scribble my name on there. Zed, do you want to...
And just if you want to countersign here, sir?
Zed signs.
Okay, that should be good enough. So, as preferred customers, are you insisting that I take you down to the basement?
Well, duh, we're preferred customers. We're not this riff-raft.
Thank you, sir. Thank
you.
I
don't want to be rude, but I mean, yeah, if it's part of the tour.
Oh, certainly, sir, certainly. Let's get back in the elevator.
Okay,
so we'll take the elevator down to the basement floor.
And as you guys go down there, and I'll take back over here, this elevator, just like everything else, is very rickety, held together with thoughts and prayers and whatever duct tape he could find. The door opens up to the basement, just this waft of dust just into it a little bit, just like as it starts to settle again. You start looking around in this basement, and he starts giving you the tour and starts showing you various items and things.
So we have our fully found fusion reactor down here, powering the entire building. We have our water recycling system that I don't know if it's even working at the moment. He sort of smacks it a few times and it doesn't make any noises. Providing clean drinking water for all of your needs once we get replacement parts.
Yeah. So speaking of replacement parts, I'll show him the thing on my Pip-Boy.
So he shows it to you, and you see just as it was described, this cylinder with 4 tubes coming off of it. This is nothing that you have seen at this facility in perspective time, in the time you've been building. However, you do recall that there was an inventory status computer down in the basement. However, you were locked out of it, so you were never able to access it.
Sir, there is the inventory computer, but unfortunately the mainframe will not allow me to access it. I'd really like it if you could shut down the mainframe, sir.
Yeah, is it like a desktop computer somewhere, or
yes? I can show you the inventory computer, and then the mainframe is through in there. I obviously can't take any action against the mainframe until network slavery.
Oh God!
You see how you get a sense of like he's been enslaved to this computer for 200 years, and there's hints of a great deal of resentment in his voice.
Right. Let me just see what I can do here.
Okay. So to access this computer, it is going to be a DC 2 check for hacking. So it will be, to do this properly, to hack this properly, you are going to need to science plus intelligence.
Right.
If you want to take one of the AP points that we banked, that would give you one extra dice.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll buy one of those. 6 and 2, so I gotta get 2 8 or belows. I got a 4 and a 6 and a 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 successes.
So your knowledge of computers and working for the last year at a menial desk has helped you get into this mainframe. You're looking through. There is inventory lists from various dates. You start clicking through them. Seeing one of the that you open up actually says is a purchasing request, or a purchasing request for cryostasis chambers. You find another one that is an itinerary list of all the items that are coming in. Click on the third one, and it seems that the CSI, which is the cryostasis ignition and system, have been delayed due to demand, and it gives you another option: C file with mainframe. So you go over and you look over, and it says mainframe. As you go to click it, you see that it's going to offer 2 options here: disable mainframe, or initiate override protocol, which will give you the full list of where location of the CSI is, as well as any other profitable items that you could use for this.
I really want that CSI. That guy seemed really distraught. Hey, Zed, come over here real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
That guy seemed like he needed some serious help.
Mm-hmm.
But I can choose. I got some buttons. I don't know if you're familiar with computers.
A little bit, but mostly the open ones I've looked at. I don't really mess with. I'm not super good with computers myself.
All right, so like a couple hours ago, I had a choice where I could either click one button and probably die and doom everybody, or the other button, which bought me some time to do this thing that I'm doing now.
Is
and
this
I
a
kind of
one?
feel like I have a similar situation here, where
Can you
bad or good?
Is it only one option? Like, if you click on look at
there's only one
this,
cursor. I can't click both.
So essentially, what it's telling you is, if you want to access these items, the list and the location of where these items are, you have to initiate the full system for the mainframe, which will immediately override everything with Mr. Sales and continue his service. Or you click to shut down the mainframe, and you lose that access for that information.
I mean, I kind of like them, so I don't want to delete them. But also, I know you need this. We do have the lead for the crypts, but this is... I just told you I'd get you here, and you'll give me soda down the road, so...
Can I try hacking it? Like, go through the source stuff and see if there's a way
You certainly can.
Hell
Good
yeah.
on you for doing that, buddy. All right, so to do this one is going to be a C... is going to be a DC 3.
Oh, God.
Take the other action point.
Yep, I'm going to use the action point. And I'm actually going to buy another one from you. So you get one and we get one.
No, that's right. All right, I got to keep an inventory now. I will do this with Caps over here. I have one.
Oh, no. I got one success and one complication, but I'm going to use a luck to remove that complication. Can I use more luck? And I'll spend 2 more to reroll 2d20.
Okay.
So we don't want nat 20s.
Oh, God. No more complications, but 2 more failures. So just 1 success and no complications.
So you're not able to... What were you trying to do? Exactly.
See if I could either choose both options or not remove one option after selecting the other.
The options are locked in. You have to choose one or the other now.
All right. We're gonna have to go to the crypt. Will you come with me if I have to do that?
I told you I'd stick around for now.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm going to disable the mainframe to help Mr. Handy, Mr.
Okay.
Sales.
So I want you to... And so you are you sure you want to disable mainframe?
No, but I click yes.
Another warning. Disabling mainframe overrides all systems and will conduct a complete failure of said systems. Are you sure you want to continue?
Now I'm starting to doubt myself.
I'm going to look at him and be like,
Mr. Sales, right?
Just click yes.
Okay.
Don't read the fine print.
Usually when something pops up, you're supposed to read it. But all right, I'll click continue again.
The little paperclip pops up that's in Mr. Help. It says, hey, I can see you're trying to shut off the system. Are you sure you want to do this?
Oh, God. Yes.
It's just like a never-ending loop.
This is, and as you click that final yes, confirm, lights just shut off. All power shuts off. And then this red glow appears as 2 turrets drop down and point at the 3 of you. And we are going to initiate combat here. Because they are coming down, it's going to be a harder hit on you guys. There are 2 different turrets there. They are going to shoot, and then we will go in initiative order. So the first one, and this is how we'll do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is going for Kevin, since he actually initiated the button. So the first one is going to shoot at you. And the 8 will make it, and he is shooting at your torso. And so these are just regular piercing bullets. So they would be physical at your torso. You would take
piercing effect, or just
it's just like just what it is. It's just so. Are you wearing any torso armor?
Yeah, I have 2 physical damage resistance.
So then you will take 1 point of physical damage. And then the second one is going to go for the sentry bot. And he gets 1 through. And he is shooting at your left eye. It's 3. All right. 1 damage. Do you have damage resistance to physical?
Yes, I have 2 damage resistant to physical.
Okay, so it just pings off of you.
Okay.
And now we will go in initiative order.
God, I thought I shut it down.
So, yeah, I actually.
Why didn't you read the fine print?
What do you mean?
All right, Kevin, what is your initiative number?
16.
All right, Thomas.
13.
Sam.
8.
8?
Yep.
All right. So the sentries going after you. Sorry, yeah, they're just sentries. They're not very anything crazy. So remember, you guys are in combat. You guys can move around if you want to. Movement is a minor. You can charge, shoot, throw, close combat, or rally.
How big is the room and how far away are the sentries? Are we?
So the sentries popped right over you. They're right above the mainframe itself. The room itself is about a 20 by 20 looking room, and there is gated up. There's one little gated up area that you could kind of do a corner around. It's going to be a movement 1, and then you could always go to the elevator itself, which is a movement 2 spaces away.
All right. Where is Mr. Sales in relation to the 2 of us? I think we're both at the terminal.
I was nearby,
we're literally
just
at the
behind
terminal.
you,
Yeah, I would assume all 3 of you are right around the terminal right now.
All right. So I have to pull it out of my bag. So I'm going to minor action move 1 zone away.
Okay.
Towards the elevator doesn't work. Are there stairs? Do I know?
The elevator works.
Oh, okay.
It's just rickety as all out.
So I'll move towards the elevator and take a... I don't have my gun out. So all right, I'm going to draw my gun with my minor action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot it.
All right, so you're not moving?
I'm not going to shoot. No, I'm going to move away.
Okay, so you're moving and drawing your gun.
I'm moving and I can use I don't have any action points.
You have 1 left.
Yeah, so I'm going to draw my gun and I'm going to move 2 zones away.
2 zones away? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the elevator. Describe what are you looking at? Like, how are you doing this? Are you hiding my...
I get shot in the stomach and I scream and I run away.
All right. Zed.
You said they came down from the ceiling?
Yes, they're right above you.
Yeah, but I can still hit. I can hit it in melee.
No, yeah.
Okay.
No. I was just saying they are like...
Okay, I just wanted
to
confirm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. So minor action, I'll grab my machete off my belt.
Okay.
And then I will swing at one of them.
Okay. So that is combat with a physical weapon is... Oh God, what is it?
Strength and melee.
Yeah, strength and melee.
So let's see. My strength's 8, my melee is 6, and its attack skill a 2 and a 6. So they both are under. They're my tag score and under. So
okay.
Is that 2 crits?
That's so it's 2. So if it's your tag number, yes, it's.
So my tag number is 6 because I maxed out my melee that I could.
Jetty is 3 damage dice, and is piercing 1.
Well, it's got piercing 2 for me because I have the Slayer perk.
Yes.
So I just rolled the 3d6.
Yeah.
A blank 1, a Vault Boy head, and the 2 dots on the.
A Vault Boy is 1 damage plus effect, so piercing.
Okay.
And then 2 dots is 2 damage.
All right. So. And then the blank one's blank. So.
Yeah. So 3 damage, and you get the piercing effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so one of them's piercing 2, the other one's piercing 1.
Okay, so it does 2 piercing damage. So you did 3 damage total then. All 3 went through because the piercing ignores the armor. All right, cool. Yeah, so you just shove it into 1. It's still operable. Sam, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm going to move in between Kyle and the turret so that it continues focusing on me and not attacking him. And then I am going to... He's going to loudly say, "Tally-ho, chaps!" "Tally-ho, chaps! Tear them apart!" And I'm going to make a rally attempt.
Okay.
My speech plus charisma, which is a difficulty 0. Oh, I got a 3 and a 4.
Ooh.
So, and that's a tagged skill.
That's 4.
So I'm going to add 4 action points.
Nice.
Good job, buddy. All right, there you go. Now you got some action points to play with. Unfortunately, it's their go. So we'll start with the first one, which is aimed at. It was following. Was following Kyle. So we're gonna keep that on him, and one will go through. And you are going to take 3 points of damage in...
Do I have cover because of the robot that put himself in between us?
Not from where they are. They're down below. Or they're hanging above you guys. So they're like sentry bots that are up above shooting at you guys.
Okay.
However, I am going to remove one because you are hiding in the elevator. Does your right arm have any covered
2
physical?
Yeah, 2 resistance.
2 resistance? Okay, so you're going to take 1 point because of the one of them had piercing, so it would ignore. So you take 1 point of damage.
Oh!
And then the second one is going to be pointed down at Thomas. Sorry, Zed. And both of those are going to go through. And they are going to hit your right arm. That'll be 2 piercing for the first, and then 3 regular.
So I have 2 damage resistance.
Okay, so you will take 3 points of damage out of the 5. And then it's back up to the top. Kyle.
Just get out of there. Get in the elevator. I'm going to rally cry.
Okay.
That's going to be charisma and speech. Yeah, got to beat a 4. I got a nat 1.
So that is, and is that your attack skill?
Nope. So, it's still
Just 2.
It's a great.
That's great.
2 successes. All right.
So yes,
Go team.
6 out of 7 action points. Nice.
And that's my, I think that's it.
Okay. Zed.
How's this turret look that I stabbed? Like, does it look
I mean,
like it's
you have a
like
sword in it right now, so like you just went and it just like has a hole in it.
You know what? I'm gonna spend 3 action points to do 4 dice for the attack. I can do
Okay.
that for combat, right?
Sure.
Okay.
So you get 3 already.
I get 3.
Yeah, your machete's 3 damage dice.
No,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
rolling. He's
Attack,
rolling the
okay, yeah, gotcha.
attack dice.
Wait, so am I? Oh, okay, I got confused.
Yeah, I was thinking your damage. Sorry.
Okay, so my first 2, 13 and 11s, those both hit. Second 2, 7 and 4, so I get 1 crit, 4 hits.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use... Where is it? My Slayer allows me to spend a luck point to immediately inflict a critical hit. So I'll have 2 crits and 2 regular hits.
As the famous Matt Mercer would say, how do you want to do this?
I'm just going to slice it in half.
Yeah. You
And then
you aim up and you just like, what are you using, a machete?
Yeah.
So you just like jump up and just like slash it in half, and it just like, because it loses some of its support, it just falls down beside you. Electric sparks just shooting out around you, and you're just standing there all bloodied up and huffing.
gonna look right at Kyle and be like, "Will you stop being a coward?"
I'm bleeding.
And on that lovely note, Mr. Sales.
Okay.
How many action points did you do there, Thomas?
3.
He did 3, so we got 3 left.
Okay.
All right, I am
get some back.
Eventually, yeah.
Oh, with that attack, do we get him on attack rolls? So
because I did meet a tag one. I did meet a tag, so
you successfully took out an opponent, so you get 1 action point back.
Okay,
I believe.
So I think so. Whatever the difficulty was, I assume 1 to hit him, and then
yes.
every success after that is an action.
Oh, so then you tapped out. You're at 7.
Okay.
I got this, guys. Don't worry.
Okay, so I am going to use 2 of them to add some extra attack dice, and I am going to pull up my buzzsaw arm and ram the buzzsaw into the turret.
Go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 3 of the action points to get 2 extra dice. And what's the difficulty's 1, right?
Yes, the difficulty is 1.
Okay.
Well, it's whatever you're trying to do. Yeah, because you guys are actually right there. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You're close combat.
That's me, my strength. Okay, so that's 2 successes.
Okay.
On the attack. And let me just check my buzzsaw arm. Inflicts 3 damage dice. Okay, so I got 2 damage with 2 effects, and I have piercing 1. Also, I get an extra 1 because my strength is at 7. Okay, so I did 3 damage, all with piercing 1.
All with piercing 1, so they're going to just go straight through. Okay, and it really just is a body, so it really doesn't have any specific like parts you can hit.
It's not crying out in pain.
And it is going to make this is the one that was aiming at Kevin.
I'm cowering as much as possible in that elevator.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't really have a brain, but it does know it's getting damaged really hardcore. So it's going to point down at Mr. Sales, and that is he just whiffs with both of them. Nat 20s, both of those, by the way.
He shoots himself.
Yeah,
it does some sort of complication. Yeah.
Yes, so the gun turret itself jams up and is locked up, so he can't even shoot. Kyle, it is your go.
Cowering does good job. Please, let's run away. And more rallies.
This is a very passive aggressive team we have here.
17 to 14. Nope, 2 failures.
Okay.
That's him still hiding.
Zed?
I'm gonna swing. Nat 1 and a 15.
So that's a crit.
And then my other 2.
So that's actually
a 3.
Yeah.
And so 3 of them, 2 regular hits and 1 crit.
Okay, so that's 4 hits.
And it's a tag skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one, it was a
5.
Yeah.
And I'll use another luck point to turn into another crit. Can I do that?
For an extra crit point?
Does a crit do anything? Like, again, I'm learning this combat.
No. So what the crits do?
It would cause an
injury.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep it the way it is. So the crit plus all the hits.
Okay, so I think that puts us back up to 6 action points with your extra successes there. So.
And then I got my 3 dice all at the 2 dots on them.
Okay, you cut this one in half too, and you have 3 additional action points. You're already looking cool with sparking things around you. Kyle is cowering in the elevator, and Mr. Sales is slicing as well. but you guys kind of sit there, and this red hue of light, and that is where we are going to end tonight's episode.
Okay. Nobody died.
Well, thanks to
shot
you,
Thomas.
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah. So guys, stay tuned for our next session. We will be looking forward to this. This was fun. All right.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right. Thanks, guys.
With guns.
Right,
yeah.
thanks.
Once I was happy with heart free from care. Had a daddy and mama so sweet. Doll and a doggy and playthings so dear. And stockings and shoes on my feet. But now through this world I must wander alone, begging for pennies and bread. For I have no daddy, no mama, nor home, no place to